Good morning, traders. Joseph here from Eightcap. Welcome to this week's Trade Zone Asian Session Open. So at this stage, we're seeing a little bit of mixed trade so far from risk majors to the USD, and we can see mixed trade as well from the risk majors to the yen. So that's not really uncommon at this stage in the morning on the Asian Session Open on a Monday. So I think Bitcoin was on the big stories over the weekend. We can see it's traded all the way back up to 48,000. It's still above 48,000 this morning, and we saw a move a high up to the mid 48s. And why this is a little bit more interesting than normal, obviously it's a beautiful rally, and but there's been a little bit of a divergence. So we can see that Ethereum finished yesterday a bit weaker, but we can see some other of the major coins finished lower yesterday in particular after rallies, and they've been lagging a little bit behind Bitcoin. So Bitcoin out of the top coins is definitely leading the charge at the moment. I don't know exactly the ramifications of that, but it's definitely something to keep an eye on. So we can see here, Ava finished lower as with ADA, and we can see Solana as well finished lower. And we'll just check something like BNB, which is a little bit different. But yeah, they've all seemed to finish lower after sort of testing highs. But Bitcoin has, for its own reasons, has continued to drive higher, and we've seen that break above 47,945. It's a very strong move, isn't it? So I'm going to keep an eye on Bitcoin this week, and the other coins, major coins, just to see how things sort of continue to work out with Bitcoin leading so hard, and some others not fading, but fading and stalling a touch behind the momentum that is driving Bitcoin. So there is a little bit of a pause developing at this stage here, so we'll keep an eye on that one as well on the short term for Bitcoin. So other markets as well. So the dollar did finish lower on Friday, but that didn't really help gold. So gold finished just under 0.5% lower, testing these levels. So there is some short-term support here in demand at 2022, just under 2023. So we'll see if buyers can reassert themselves around this area here. And silver finished slightly higher after a pretty solid previous session before that. And the stock indexes continue to be a little bit mixed. UX indexes mixed as well, but we saw tech stocks really leading the way. The Nasdaq, for instance, adding 1%, but it was 1.25% on the actual index. The CFD index 1%. You can see new records here being hit, and new records as well for the S&P 500. The Dow did pause a little bit, so we can see it did touch new records, but it did fall away and close a little bit lower. Probably a bit of Friday-itis with profit taking creeping in, and we saw the German 30 as well finishing off lows, and there's plenty of support there at 16,916, but the Euro Stoxx 50 that had a very nice session and finished at new highs as well for 2024. So the story remains pretty unilaterally consistent with being mixed. So we're seeing certain even in asset groups in the same class, we're seeing certain indexes finishing higher than others, and we're seeing a little bit different type of situation at the moment. So we will continue to to see how that rolls out this week. Obviously, buyer momentum is the focus this week. Are we going to continue to see that? So we can see the Aussie was higher on Friday. We can see the Euro was higher on Friday, and the pound higher as well. So over to the yen as well, we can see still seeing that nice bullish momentum. There's plenty of resistance up here against the Aussie at 97.66. The Euro as well, plenty of resistance to have a crack at 161.53, and the pound, it did try to break above this resistance, but it didn't happen. Unfortunately, on Friday, we did see a bit of a pause and a pullback. So this level here really remains in play, and that's at 188.50. And I just want to wish anyone that is Chinese or does observe the Chinese New Year a very happy Lunar New Year. So that was on Friday night, the Lunar New Year, and it was the New Year on Saturday. So the Chinese markets will be closed this week to observe that holiday. And so that's really some of the keys here for this week, just to see if buy momentum is going to continue. Seeing a few bits and pieces coming out. So there's a few comments saying that it's time for an interest rate cut in Europe, could be fast approaching. So there's a few little things to check out. We will run over some of the the key news that's coming out this week. It's more inflationary in terms of data. We've got a few pieces of US inflationary data coming out, so we'll run over that with the economic outlook update that's coming out next after this video. But for now, I think really just buy momentum. Have we reached the peak? Can we see buyers continue to push forward? And what does it mean to see some of the mixed results we're seeing in even in individual countries, with the German DAX and the the Euro Stocks 50 both having different sessions, and then seeing in the US, it's not uncommon to see the US indexes do that with tech stocks running, and then the top 30 Dow stocks having a bit of a breather. It's not too uncommon. But the other one as well is what we're seeing on crypto at the moment, with Bitcoin sort of breaking away and leading away from other coins, and the selling we're seeing on the other coins. While Bitcoin did have a bit of a fade, it still remains definitely the strongest out of the bunch, even against Ethereum. So we'll see how that eventuates this week as well. Gold as well. We're finally going to see a bit of action in gold this week, with a bit of USD heavy news coming out. So going to snap out the deadlock that we're seeing, and we're going to see a bit of a break higher or lower. It's not a pretty situation. It's not enjoyable at all, these type of markets. And gold's very popular with a lot of retail traders, and it's quite frustrating when you're trying to trade a market and it's doing things like that. I know from personal experience how frustrating it gets. Gold does range out a bit. It's got a bit of a historically it does do that. It does make it quite a tricky market to trade at times. So we will see if we do get some drive going into it, and if we do get a bit of a snap out. If we do see the dollar continue to move lower, we'll look to see if some of these risk currencies can continue to fight back against it. If not, will these trends remain in play if we do see the dollar continue to fight higher, and will we see new continuations? So there's a few things there. We're also wondering about the JPY, if we're going to see more downside. The JPN 225 as well, it's been a pretty hot market lately, so we'll just update it. You can see here these new highs for 2024, and we will be wondering if we see any more action to the upside. The trend's really lovely at the moment. It's a really strong, nice looking trend. It's doing sort of everything right that you want to see. So now we just want to know if we see another move up, or if we do see a bit of a pullback, and then we'd see another high low and new higher highs to continue this trend. So that's some of the things to watch out for price wise and market wise. As stated, we will have a economic outlook video coming up next. So we'll leave it there. Thank you very much for your time. We wish you all the best for your trading this week. Thanks very much for checking out today's update, and we do have some guest speakers presenting as well during the week, so make sure you tune into those and get subscribed so you won't miss out on those. I think they are covering, as last week they were covering day trading, so if that's your cup of tea, there'll be some information, some videos and information there to check out on our YouTube channel. So thanks guys, have a fantastic Monday and all the best for this week, and thanks again, and bye for now.